Before you check your phone, before you make your bed, pour the coffee, or step into the chaos of another busy morning, pause. Take a breath. There's something sacred about this moment, right now. You didn't just stumble here. You were led here. Maybe not by a notification or an alarm clock, but by a deeper longing, a whisper in your soul that says, I need more than just another day. I need peace. I need hope. I need something real. If that's you, you're not alone. And you're exactly where you need to be. This isn't just another video. It's a quiet space set apart for you to reconnect with the one who already knows what your day will bring. He sees the weight on your shoulders. He hears the noise inside your mind. And right now, before the world makes its demands, he invites you into stillness. Not to perform, not to impress, just to be. There is power in beginning your day with God. Not as a habit to check off, but as a holy reset, a moment to realign your heart with what truly matters. This morning, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not without purpose. You are loved, seen, and covered. So breathe slowly. Let the anxiety fall away. Let the striving pause. This is your time, not to fight, not to fix, but simply to listen. Because today, before you step into anything else, heaven is speaking. There's something holy about the morning. It's the beginning of everything: new light, new breath, new mercy. And yet, even as the day breaks, our hearts can still feel heavy. We wake up tired, not just in our bodies, but in our spirits. The day hasn't started, and already we're carrying yesterday's weight. The unfinished conversations, the quiet disappointments, the silent fears that greet us before our feet even touch the floor. But here in this quiet place, we get to begin again. Not by our own strength, but in the presence of the one who renews all things. So we pray, not just because it's what we're supposed to do, but because our souls are hungry for it, hungry for peace that makes no sense, hungry for direction in a world that feels directionless, hungry for the gentle hand of God to take what's scattered and make it whole. Lord, as the sun rises, I lift my eyes to you. Not to my plans, not to my phone, not to my fears, but to you. You are the beginning of my day. You are the one who steadies me when everything around me feels unstable. I don't know what today will bring, but you do, and that's enough. Guide my steps, Lord, even the small ones. Help me to pause before I speak, to listen before I rush to trust, before I panic. Align my heart with yours so that what I do today reflects who you are, not what the world demands of me. I don't want to just survive the day. I want to move through it with grace, with purpose, with you. And if the storms come, because they often do, remind me that peace isn't the absence of trouble, it's your presence in the middle of it. So be my calm today, be my clarity, be my direction. And when I forget who I am, remind me whose I am. This day belongs to you, my words, my choices, my breath. Let them all bring you glory. Let them all reflect your goodness. And let your peace guard my heart like a shield, steady, quiet, unshakable. Because no matter what the world says, I begin this day in the arms of my Father. Some mornings the fear wakes up before we do. It's already there, sitting quietly at the edge of the bed, whispering its doubts before we even open our eyes. The thoughts come fast. What if it doesn't work out? What if I lose what I love? What if I can't make it through today? We don't talk about it much, but worry, when left unchecked, can grow like a vine across the soul. It wraps around our peace, chokes out our joy, and clouds our vision. And sometimes, no matter how strong we try to be, fear slips in through the cracks. But here's the truth: the world won't tell you you were never meant to carry it alone. So if this morning feels heavier than usual, if your chest is tight and your mind won't settle, don't shame yourself. Don't pretend, just breathe. And let this be the moment you hand it over. All of it. The fear of the unknown, the fear of failing, the fear of being hurt again, the fear of being too much or not enough. Lord, I come to you trembling, sometimes not even knowing why. But, you see the fear. I try to hide behind smiles and to-do lists. You hear the questions I never speak out loud. And still, you don't turn away. You draw closer. Your word tells me to be anxious for nothing, but I confess it's hard. I want to trust, but the world feels unsteady. I want to rest, but my thoughts keep racing. So I need you to take what I can't hold anymore. Be my calm in the storm. Be my safety in the unknown. Be my stillness when the noise won't stop. I believe you're not just aware of my fear, you're in it with me. You're not disappointed in my weakness, you're present in it. So today, instead of pushing through on my own, I choose to lean in. I choose to breathe deep and let your peace replace my panic. I choose to believe that no fear is greater than your love. I may not feel strong, but I know you are, and that's enough. Some pain doesn't come with warning signs. It just shows up uninvited, unwelcome, and unwilling to leave. It creeps into your bones, sits in your chest, and lingers in your mind long after the world assumes you've moved on. Maybe it's the loss that no one else remembers. Maybe it's a sickness that won't let go. Maybe it's the quiet ache of loneliness that grows louder in the silence. Pain has a way of making everything feel smaller. Your strength, your hope, even your prayers. You want to believe, but some days, it feels like the words won't come. Or worse, like no one's listening. But here's what I need you to know. God hears you even in the silence. He sees the pain that hides behind your brave face. He hasn't walked away. He hasn't changed his mind about you. He's not waiting for you to get it together before he steps in. Sometimes faith isn't loud. Sometimes it's a whisper, a tear, a breath that simply says, "Lord, please, just hold me." And he does. You see, God never promised a life without storms, but he did promise that you wouldn't face them alone. That's what faith looks like when everything hurts, not denying the pain, but clinging to the one who walks through the fire with you. Just like he did for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He didn't stop the furnace, but he stepped into the flames with them. And when it was over, not even the smell of smoke remained. So, today, even if your voice is shaky and your heart is tired, say it anyway, I still believe. Not because the pain has vanished, but because God has not. He is your strength when you have none left. He is your light when the night won't end. He is still good even when life doesn't feel that way. You don't have to understand the trial to trust the one who's guiding you through it. And one day when you look back, you'll see it wasn't the absence of pain that proved his love. It was his presence in the middle of it. Sometimes the battle isn't outside, it's inside. It's not the noise around you, but the noise within. The thoughts that keep circling the lies that take root so quietly, you don't even notice until peace feels like a stranger. The truth is, we can survive the storm and still lose ourselves in the silence afterward. We keep moving, but we're not really living. We smile, but it's hollow. We function, but the fire has gone out. But God never meant for you to just exist. He made you to live, fully, freely, with vision, with joy, with a heart that's alive, and a mind that's clear. And if today you feel distant from that version of yourself, I want you to know it's not too late to return. Lord, I need you to step into the deepest places of me, not just where I'm hurting, but where I've gone numb, the parts of me I've shut down, the dreams I've buried, the calling I've ignored. Come and renew me, not just to feel better, but to live with purpose again. Clear the clutter in my mind, Lord. Wash away the anxious thoughts. Replace every lie with truth. Let me see myself the way you see me, not through the lens of my failures, but through the eyes of grace. And when my will feels weak, when I've lost the motivation to try again, breathe strength into me, not just to keep going, but to move forward with boldness. Show me the reason I'm still here. Remind me that no breath is wasted, no story too broken for you to redeem. I don't just want to survive this season, I want to step into it, fully awake, mind, renewed heart, aligned purpose, ignited. I want to walk in the direction you've designed for me, not by force, but by faith. Maybe it's been a while since you really prayed. Not the kind of prayer you whisper in passing or repeat out of habit, but the kind that pours out from a soul that remembers who it belongs to. Maybe life got busy. Maybe the silence became too loud. Maybe you stopped expecting answers because the waiting became too painful. Or maybe you've just felt too far gone. But here's the truth. God never stopped listening. Not when you grew tired. Not when you got distracted. Not when you walked away. His ear has been turned toward you the whole time, like a father waiting at the window for his child to come home. And maybe this is that moment. Maybe right here before the day moves too fast, before your thoughts run wild, this is the moment your prayer life comes back to life. Not through guilt, but through grace. Not out of duty, but out of longing. Lord, I don't have perfect words. I don't even know where to start, but I miss you. I miss the closeness. I miss the stillness. I miss the peace that used to rise up in me when I spoke your name and truly meant it. Wake up what's fallen asleep inside me. Stir my heart again.